You guys have been spamming me for it. The official new Joe Knows LeBron James 5-out Pro-Am build is here. Let's get into it.
Today's video is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Now, I know the process of hiring a lawyer can be a daunting task, but with Morgan & Morgan, they make it easy.
If you're injured and don't know where to start, Morgan & Morgan could be the place to go.
With Morgan & Morgan, you can submit a claim without ever having to leave your couch. In 8 clicks or less, you can submit a claim to Morgan & Morgan. If you're ever injured in an accident, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. You can submit a claim in 8 clicks or less without having to leave your couch. For more information, click the link in the description or dial #LAW. That's #529 from your cell phone. Thank you to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this video.
All right, let's get right into it. Now, I do have 2 versions of this build in this video, okay? I have both of them maxed out at 99 overall, and I have used both of them in Pro-Am. All right, so we'll start off with build number 1. Now, in my personal opinion, I like this build better, but you're going to see why I made build number 2 in just a second, okay? But 6'8", 186, 7'5", built body type is what I use. Let's get into the attributes. Now, you're going to notice these builds, the defense is the big difference, so that's where we're going to start. And when I say big difference, I'm comparing it to the build that I posted a few months ago that I was using in Pro-Am originally, okay? So, 86 perimeter defense. That's going to give you silver clamps and gold challenger, okay? And you notice a huge difference by putting these badges on. I mean, even when you're in bad positions like this and you get back in front for like kind of a late contest, you still get a good contest and you're able to make them miss. And then on top of it, silver clamps. I mean, like, you're basically a second lockdown on the court. Or if you're, if you're a rec player, like a lot of you tell me, I can't use this build in the rec because I need well, this build has the defense if you need to, like, really guard the ball in the rec or just be able to lock people down in the rec. You'll be able to do that. Now, 85 steel gives you the silver glove and silver interceptor. Now, you can definitely get pluck steals with silver glove. I don't recommend like just spamming like a lot of people do. I think this build is built to play solid, stay in front of your man type defense. But we also have 75 block on this build. 2 reasons for this. 1, yes, it's nice to have the gold chase down and even bronze anchor if you want to put that on. It's nice to have those, but we did this for 2 things. 1, yes, the interior blocks is obviously nice. On top of that, you also get better jump contests and better jumps to get blocks on the perimeter shots as well. But also it gives us a lot more defensive badges so that we're able to run the tier 3s that we need. Also, to get more defensive badges, we're going to put our interior defense up to 61, and that's going to give us 15 defensive badges. So obviously you need 17 to run gold challenger, so I put 2 of my extra badges into defense to have 17, and then I cored gold challenger, and then I also run silver clamps, okay? Down to the physicals. We're going to have 82 speed, okay? So obviously you need that speed to keep up with some of these smaller guards on defense, but also running the breaks and things like that. It's nice to have good speed when it comes to Pro-Am. 82 acceleration. Obviously we want the maxed out acceleration anytime we're running point guard, just because, we're already on a bigger build, so we're already at kind of a disadvantage in terms of Pro-Am schemes. We got to be as quick as possible. 82 vertical to get the elite contact dunks, and then 98 stamina. Okay, so that's your defense, and that's your physicals on build number 1. Now, the finishing is going to be a little different than the build that I posted last time. Okay, we dropped it down to 93 dunk, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think 99 dunk is worth how much it takes to upgrade. Now, the Hall of Fame posterizer, I mean, it is nice. The Hall of Fame limitless takeoff is nice on the other build, but I think gold is virtually the same thing. Whether you're meter dunking, whether you're just, regular dunking, gold posterizer is a really, really good badge, and I'm sure there's a little boost to Hall of Fame, but I just don't think it's worth giving up so much other stuff to get it. So recently, yes, both of my builds that I've been playing on in Pro-Am are both 93 dunk builds. I mean, this build gets ankle breakers, I get everything you could want in terms of like finishing at the rim and just creativity on offense. You're still gonna get it, okay? Now with the 93 dunk, we only have a 73 layup, so you're gonna notice we only have the bronze fearless finisher, and my other build had silver, so I wanted to make sure I got silver, so I finessed it in a way. I did 76 close shot. That's gonna give us not only silver fearless finisher, but also silver fast twitch if we want to run that to get, the faster standing layups and standing dunks and all that. Now, the last thing to do here on finishing is 77 standing dunk. That's going to give us 19 finishing badges and also just, a good standing dunk rating. I mean, the finishing on this build overall is really good. Like, I know a lot of people will like debating whether the 99 dunk was worth it. I really don't think it was. Like, There is advantage to it, but with how much it costs, it's just not worth it. I mean, you see all the clips I'm getting here is with 93 dunk, contact, putback dunks, whether it's in the Pro-Am, in the rec center. The finishing on this build is absolutely ridiculous. Meter dunks, no meter dunks, however you like to play in terms of slashing to the basket, this build is going to do it. I mean, look at some of these putback dunks. I'm not going to lie. I get so many of these on this build. It's ridiculous. I honestly think I get more putback dunks on this build than the 99 dunk build. And in terms of contact dunks, I mean, I'm getting contact putback dunks. Like, I feel like I get the same amount of contact dunks, whether it's meter or no meter, 93 dunk or 99 dunk. I haven't noticed a real difference. And I mean, yeah, it's common sense, but that's the reason why I dropped my dunk down 6 ratings, because it allowed me to get so much more else, you know, in terms of attributes and badges on the build. Okay, 3-point shot is going to be the same as my other build. It's an 85 3-pointer. I know some people are like, they feel like they need 89 or 92. I feel like with silver blinders, silver limitless range, and then even at times I run silver deadeye, like I feel like I have what I need. Especially when you're playing comp pro-am, like in your ice wing, people are not just going to let you just walk up the court and shoot threes. Like they did when we first started doing it, because they didn't think I could shoot. But now it's like everybody knows me and they all play me really, really tight and try to spam me and all that. Like they're not going to just give up threes. Whether my three is a 92 or an 85, like I'm only getting 2 or 3 3-pointers a game for the most part. You know, occasionally I'll get 4 or 5, but I only get a couple a game because people are just not going to give up threes when, you know, you're playing for money and all that. But I mean, in the rec center, 85-3, I mean, you can get 10 threes a game, 20 threes a game. It doesn't matter. You'll be absolutely fine as long as you got the skill to go with it. We're going to go +1 on the mid-range up to 71. Now, I don't shoot a ton of mid-range, but even with 71 mid-range on this game, you can shoot post shots. You can mess around and shoot like these, like, you know, creative, like, I don't know what you want to call them, simulation type move shots. Like, you can shoot the spin shots, the crabs in the mid. You can shoot anything you want. It's not like you're going to be going to mid-range shots all the time in 5v5, but even when you do with 71 mid-range, you'll be able to green them, no problem. And by going 71 mid-range, we got that +1 to badges, so we have 19 shooting badges, but I add +3 to my shooting badges, so I have 22 shooting badges, which allows me to run silver blinders and silver limitless range without having to core a shooting badge if I don't want to. Okay, down to the playmaking. 89 ball handle. Obviously, that's quick first step Hall of Fame. And anybody that watches my videos, that is the Kobe size up. That is my favorite size up in the game, so that's what I use. 77 speed with ball to not only unlock Michael Jordan dribble package, but also to get some playmaking badges. And then 82 pass accuracy is going to complete this build. My other build had 86 pass accuracy, and I liked rocking the Hall of Fame dimer, but recently I've just been running bronze needle threader. And with 82 pass versus 86 pass, I haven't noticed much of a difference, honestly. Basically, it's just the game. It's just dependent upon the game and what animation they give you for the pass. If it's not a load up pass, you'll be fine. You'll be throwing steamers. Takeovers, you get slash, sharp, play, and yes, you even get lock take. So all you guys, like I said, that play rec center or even in the park, this build is much more viable because the defense is much better. Okay, let's move on to build number 2 now. It is very, very similar, the same exact physicals, the finishing, the shooting, the playmaking is all exactly the same. So we're just going to go straight down to the defense and the physicals, and I'll show you guys what the difference is here on build number 2. So on this build, you don't have as good of overall defense, but you have 85 speed, so you have +3 to the speed, and you have 99 stamina, so +1 to the stamina. The defense isn't as good, but it's built to go for flukies. It has 95 steal, so that's gold glove. And gold interceptor, obviously, but mainly the gold glove. And yes, gold glove is crazy. Whether it's pro-am or rec, you can just go for steals all day long. Now, I don't really like playing defense like this because I feel like it's risk and reward. Like if you reach and you get out of the play, you're giving up something easy. But yes, getting steals and getting out in transition is huge. So it's really whatever fits your play style. I like to play solid and just stay in front and get stops. So that's why I prefer the build number 1. But I've used this build plenty of times in pro-am and in the rec, and you do get a ton of steals. 95 steel compared to 85 steel, like silver glove compared to gold glove, there is a big difference. So it's really dependent upon your play style, and this build does still have good overall defense. Like you're gonna see the perimeter, you know, is definitely viable and all that, but it's really a personal preference you're gonna have to go with. Okay, so this build has 81 perimeter defense. So obviously build number 1 overall is better defensively because it has block, it has higher perimeter, you know, all those things, but this build is still definitely viable on defense, and you will will get a lot more steals on this build. So overall, both builds I have, both 99 overall. I've used them both with the money on the line. They've both come through for me, but my preference is build number 1. This build gets slash, sharp, play, and yes, lock, take. If you want to see these builds in action, click that video on the screen. That is the $5,000 Hoff Playoffs Comp Pro-Am. You guys will absolutely love it, and you will see these builds competing against the best teams on the game.